Good morning, students. So, in our previous video, we have discussed about spermatogenesis. So, today we'll talk about the oogenesis. So, let's start it. So, first we need to know that what is a oogenesis. So, oogenesis is the process of formation of ovum or egg, which is start in the ovaries of the fetus before the birth. Or we can also say that it's a process of maturation of reproductive cells in ovary. And oogenesis is basically similar to the spermatogenesis. It includes the phase of multiplication, phase of growth, and phase of maturation, just like the spermatogenesis. So now we will see how it occurs. So there are the 5 stages of the oogenesis process. So one by one we will see about those processes. So the first stage includes the division of the germinal epithelial. So this germinal epithelial is present in ovary. So this germinal epithelial cell will divide so many times until it get diploid oogonia. Now the second step, the oogonia grow to form primary oocytes, which is surrounded by the layer of a follicle cells. So that means each oogonia divides mitotically to form 2 primary oocytes. And these oogonia can be also called as the egg mother cells. When each oogonia divides mitotically to form 2 primary oocytes, then these primary oocytes undergo the growth duration. And during this growth phase, the size of oocytes increases very much. After this growth phase, the third step takes place, that is the oocyte undergo the first meiotic divisions to become a secondary oocyte and the first polar body, which will be haploid. That means in primary oocyte the first meiotic divisions take place, by which it will form the secondary oocyte and the first polar body, which will be haploid. Now the fourth step, the follicle cells surrounding the primary follicles develop into the secondary follicle. That means the follicle layer which surround the secondary oocytes, now it get thickened and fold to form the Graafian follicle. That means now the ovarian follicle get converted into the Graafian follicle. And when the Graafian follicles become mature, it will move towards the surface of ovary wall and it get ruptured to release the secondary oocyte. Through this explanation, we can say that the Graafian follicles are formed after the formation of the secondary follicle. Now the fifth point, the secondary oocyte that has complete meiosis second, then it will be fertilized by the sperm. And the final product of meiosis second is the ovum and the second polar body. So if we summarize everything, in oogonia, mitosis differentiations take place, by which it will form the primary oocyte. And this primary oocyte will undergo the first meiotic divisions, and then it will form the secondary oocyte and the first polar body. And after that, this secondary oocyte will undergo the second meiotic divisions, by which it will form the ovum and the second polar body. So this is the diagrammatic presentation of oogenesis process, in which we can see the multiplication phase, growth phase and maturation phase. So during this multiplication phase, oogonium will undergo the mitosis division, by which it will form the primary oocytes and some additional oogonia. And then the growth phase will take place, and during this growth phase, primary oocyte will grow in size. And after that, maturation phase will take place, in which this primary oocyte will undergo the first meiotic division and it will form the secondary oocyte and first polar body. And then the second meiosis take place in secondary oocytes, which will result in the formation of the functional egg and a second polar body. In the process of oogenesis, only one of the 4 products of the meiosis become a functional egg, and the rest 3 are the non-functional polar body. It get degenerate. And here a very important process also take place, that is called as a vitellogenesis. So this vitellogenesis is the process of formation and deposition of yolk in the egg cell. And if we see the chemical components of yolk, so basically it consists of phospholipids and protein. So now we will see the differences between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis process. So if we see the first aspect, that is a site of process. So in case of spermatogenesis, it takes place in testis, and in case of oogenesis, it takes place in ovary. Now the second aspect, cell produced. So in case of spermatogenesis, sperm cells are produced. In case of oogenesis, ova or egg cell produce. And if we see the third aspect, that is the size of a cell. So these sperms are small in size and ova or egg is big in size. Fourth aspect, cell structure. So in case of spermatogenesis, a sperm consists of head, middle piece and tail, and ova is round in shape. Now the fifth aspect, number of gametes produced. So in case of spermatogenesis, 4 functional cells will be produced, and in case of oogenesis, 1 functional cell and 3 non-functional polar body will be produced. Now the next aspect is meiosis. So in case of spermatogenesis, meiosis occurs continuously. But in case of oogenesis, it is not continuously. It stopped after the meiosis 1. And meiosis 2 will occur only if the sperms penetrate the secondary oocyte. This is a very important point that we have to note down. Now the next aspect, density of organelles. So in case of spermatogenesis, a sperm will have a many mitochondria and less cytoplasm. And in case of oogenesis, egg cell will have a few mitochondria and more cytoplasm. Now the last aspect is the parent cells. So in case of spermatogenesis, infinite number of cells can become sperm, but in case of oogenesis, only the limited number of cells can become a ova. As we have talked about the differences between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis, now we'll talk about some similarity between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis. So the first similarity is that both occur in reproductive organs. That means spermatogenesis occurs in testis and oogenesis occurs in ovary. The second point, both produced haploid gametes that are involved in fertilization. In case of spermatogenesis, sperms are produced which is haploid, and in case of oogenesis, ova or egg cells are produced which is also haploid. Now the third similarity, both involve meiosis. But in case of oogenesis, second meiosis will occur only if the sperms penetrate the secondary oocyte. So this is the major difference. So that's all about for the oogenesis process.